What's up? Another day. It's Christmas Eve. But are we doing a Christmas training tomorrow?
We have to. It's part of our tradition.
We have a Christmas lifting tradition.
I don't think since we've been together for 7 years we have not done it.
We usually train on Christmas morning. Usually it's supposed to be Christmas max out beforehand or sometime, but
I can do max out at 3 months postpartum.
I don't think we're going to be maxing out. At least till tomorrow. Today we'll take you through some stuff. I'm literally just going to do some hamstring stuff and maybe some bike sprints to finish, I think.
I'm doing upper body.
Wow, it's different for this one. So
my legs are sore. Actually, my legs and my back is still sore.
I'm so sore from our other training.
And it's 2 days ago. So obviously the DOMs are hitting us now, and I could just feel earlier like my back and my glutes and everything is still sore, which is obviously really good because we really pushed it. But that also means that I do have to get a training in today because I didn't train yesterday. But that also means that I just have to improvise today, and I thought, what would be the muscle group that's the easiest to work out, that's not going to make me feel as broken tomorrow.
That's what I chose too, but we'll see how we go. Mia's sleeping in the car. Jeez, that's been horrible. This one does not sleep anymore. Gets up in the night or really early, doesn't sleep in the day anymore. Now we have to drive her. It's killer. But
I think it's been more tiring with your parents here than not, because of the routines just being, obviously it's been amazing. They are helping, they have been obviously everything but amazing. But it's just Mia has just been so out of whack with her sleep and her naps and everything that it's just made it hard, because we have to try and get her to sleep and then try and keep her asleep. And James said he has to go in the mornings. I have to wake up with Odin 3 times a night, and then either Eliko will wake up at 6 a.m. and wake me up, and I'll be up, and then I'm just tired, James is tired, we're just tired. But one of the things we wanted to also talk about today was we wanted to talk about our tips on how to go into the new year and not fail at your New Year's resolutions.
yeah, of course it's trendy to not have them, or I don't know, whatever people do nowadays, but can be good just to have that cycle of start point and end point, so you can kind of know what you're doing, and we'll cover some of those as we train.
So yes, I'm going. So actually, the funny thing is we started this video yesterday, and because I'm doing some mobility now on my foam roller, I don't know if you can see, but yeah, some thoracic work because my thoracic is so tight. But we started off doing this video yesterday, and it was such a fail because of the little ones were just super crazy. And one of our first tips, honestly, and James got really mad when I gave this tip because apparently that was his first tip too. And I was saying, well, when we did it, it was 8 days before the new year. It's probably now 7, I don't know, but something like that. My first tip was to start now. Like, I'm saying I'm going to start on the 1st of January, which most people are recovering from hangovers, or they're just super tired from like being tired. Why not just get a head start now? And if you need to train on the 31st, do a training session, rest on the 1st, and then carry on the 2nd. Like, to me, that makes much more sense. And honestly, if you had to train on the 1st, if you have a home gym, that would be the best option, because it will actually end up making you feel better if you did have a hectic night. But honestly, like, what's stopping you from starting now? You can literally go and hop in the gym right now, do a quick 30-minute session, what we are doing now while Mia's napping, or, you know, do something with a friend, go to a commercial gym, you know, CrossFit, whatever you do, whatever makes you happy. But why don't you just start now? Okay, so my first tip.
And the thing is, you're gonna have congested periods like Christmas time after Christmas. That makes sense? In 2025, you're gonna have periods like this that are going to derail whatever you're trying to do. So why not start when it's the busiest, so you know exactly how to navigate it when you get to those problems. Oh, okay,
yeah, so the 25th is a really busy day for you, and you've got family events and all those things. To actually make the day just super productive is like, wake earlier, get a quick training session in, get that energy going. You'll feel so amazing, and then go about all your other stuff. You'll actually feel that you just started your Christmas on the right note. I don't know, it might just be us, but that's how I feel. So apparently James says I look like I'm relaxing, but I'm not.
You are.
I'm actually doing mobility with
No,
my doggy
that's
over
relaxing.
here. But my second tip, guys, is now I've always been a person that likes to write their goals down. But one thing I've seen with people setting goals or doing New Year's resolutions is they will have a list that's probably the length of their arm of how many things they want to achieve. And the biggest thing is it's always unrealistic. And I always say, going into the
You're stealing my one again.
Again? Well, let me finish and then maybe James can add to it. But I always say, go into the new year with 1 or 2 goals. And you can make it for or something I want to achieve by X date. Don't say, I want to do this in 2025. Go into 2025 saying, by March 15th, I want to be down 5 kgs, and then you must have an action plan. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to make sure I go to the gym at least 3 times a week and follow a specific training program that's going to get you there. So you can't just have a goal and not an action plan. So that's one of the things that most people do is they're like, I want to lose 20 kilograms, I want to look like this, I want to make $1 million, but they've no actual plan on how they want to do it. And that's one of the things, or one of the biggest reasons why people fail. And then also having 50 different goals, and by the time the new year starts, they can't even look at everything because it's just too many things. So don't bombard yourself, because then you'll find if you fail at one of them, or you're not on track with one of the goals. Hi! If you fail at like one of the goals and you're not on track with it, you'll actually find that then you will go down a spiral and you'll end up telling yourself, well, I've already failed at one goal. That means if I fail at a second one, wait, I don't know if that makes sense. But you know what I mean, you know? It's like on a spiral of failing a thing.
Then
it doesn't
quit.
mean it's the end of the world. But people do quit. That's the thing. Okay.
Isn't it 90-something that people, like 90-something, stop their, or quit their New Year's resolution? Isn't there a date that like celebrates it almost? Like in February.
Yes.
Is it February? Like 90-something?
Yeah. No one even gets there.
Yeah, that people don't do. So yeah, that's pretty much mine too. But as Mona mentioned, using process goals or actionable goals instead of saying you want to lose weight, go like January, the 1st of January. If your goal is to lose weight, for example, make it something really, really simple that you can compound. It could be as simple as, hey, you drink a lot of soda, like Coke and shit, drink Coke Zero and Diet Coke. Literally swap all your sugar drinks for swap all your high fat and high sugars for sugar-free and fat-free sources. Do that for a month, that's it. Then as you get used to that, then you layer more and more on for the next months instead of trying to do everything in the first month, because I guarantee you will not do it. And just by doing something really small, you will see change and the scale will move and you will see bodily change just doing that one thing. You want to move the needle. You want to do the thing, the smallest thing to move the needle. So instead of going, what most people do is they go crash diet 1,000 calories and the needle moves massively, but then you've got no room to move. You want to do the least amount of work to get the needle moving. And the least amount of work for most people losing weight is what I just said. Changing high sugar, high fat food options that you may be eating often to the 0 sugar, 0 fat, that kind of thing. And then just being consistent with that one thing. Don't worry about adding more stuff to whatever it is. If you're not going to the gym then already, or you're not doing anything physical, even just going for 1 walk a day on top of that for your physical stuff is far more sustainable and habit building than being like, okay, I need to go to the gym 4 days a week. I also need to do 3 days of cardio. I need to also meal plan and meal prep all my food. You're not gonna do it. I guarantee you I would bet this entire YouTube channel, all the money we've made on this YouTube channel, which is zero. Oh my gosh, what did I do to this thing? Which is zero
for now.
Which is right now. Did I break our leg curl? Okay.
Oh my god.
Be right back. See, I'm wearing your shirt. Well, not your shirt. But
Me on the shirt. But James did not break our little leg extension machine. Thank goodness. One thing I wanted to mention actually is taking progress photos. And James mentioned the scale. And one thing that I've seen as well is when people end up taking progress photos, that's a good way of actually going about seeing if you are actually making real progress in the gym. And yes, the scale is important, but there's so many people who then end up obsessing over the scale. So if they start on a new eating plan and it's not dropping fast enough, they will end up weighing themselves constantly. And I know with some people, like, it can actually cause more anxiety than anything else. So why don't you rather say once a week, at the end of the week, at exactly the same time, every single time, take progress pictures. So if it's as soon as you wake up, after you've gone to the bathroom, take those profile pictures or take those progress pictures and do that every single time. Another thing that is important in order to reach your goals is to have non-negotiables. And that's what I also did, and James also does it. I think it just comes naturally for us, but only because we've done it for years and years and years. Is saying to yourself, what are my non-negotiables going to be this week? And I try and tell myself that my non-negotiables is I'm getting in 3 workouts in a week, no matter what. Even if I just get into the gym and I get in mobility and then get started, that at least gets me going. But that means I was in the gym 3 times that week, and that's how I know that movement, doing something is better than doing nothing. And honestly, it depends on your goals at the end of the day. If your goal is just to build strength and to be able to do things with your kids, or if your goals are physique goals, or if you are someone who maybe wants to get huge, you want to go through a hypertrophy cycle.
That's you.
Is that me?
Yeah.
I do want to get huge muscles. I want to get upples, yeah. So funny thing is, if Mia says you have upples, that's a massive compliment, because then it means she can see your muscles. And I don't know why the first time she saw Sam Silic, obviously he was doing one of his poses and whatnot, and she was saying apples, yes, apples. So for those of you who don't know what apples are, it's apples. And he obviously has apples, so his apples are his muscles. And Dada also has muscles or apples now. Apples are done.
What do you mean now?
Mia's been saying lately you've got apples.
Lately?
But you have got them bigger, in a good way. I don't know if I have apples yet, but I'm trying.
They're growing. 3 months postpartum.
Can't believe little Odin was in this belly
I know.
3 months ago.
Is that all our tips?
I think so.
Yeah. Simple. Little tips, because you should have a little number of goals and resolutions. Matches, right? Good match.
But we are going to do a Christmas video, guys, and the video is going to be super cool.
Is it?
We'll think of something super cool for you guys to do. So watch for that one. But remember, like and subscribe. We need your help to grow this channel so that we can make more educational content for you.
Oh, if there's anything you want to learn, we've got plenty of stuff to share. Plenty of stuff. But what's that?
It's in your mind or in your brain. There's so many things in his brain that needs to go out to the universe so that he can educate you guys.